Well, the Browns open minicamp today in Berea, a 3-day minicamp that will take him to the Hall of Fame in Canton and First Energy Stadium. But the real story today, Mary Kay, is we heard from Deshaun Watson for the very first time since his introductory press conference. He actually acknowledged that today as part of a fairly lengthy opening statement. What stood out to you today, hearing from Deshaun for the first time? Since then, there's been more suits, there's been an HBO special, a lot has happened. So what stood out?
Well, first and foremost, he maintains his innocence and basically says that he still did nothing wrong. He never forced anyone. He never assaulted anyone. So he basically reiterated all of that. That was the number one thing. But one thing later that did stand out to me was the fact that he admitted he's getting counseling. He's getting help. And that was something that I asked him in that introductory press conference. Would he consider doing that? At that time, he said no, he didn't think he needed to because he didn't do anything wrong. Now he's acknowledging that he does need some kind of help, and he is using all of the resources the Browns are making available to him.
Ashley, what stood out to you?
Yeah, one of the biggest things, and I believe it was also to the question Mary Kay asked him, is that while he said he doesn't have regrets involving his actions, because again, he is maintaining his innocence, he said what he does regret is the first time he met with media here and he made that comment about having no regrets, that it seemed to make people upset. He said not just women, but he understands that this is a sensitive topic. He says he understands maybe why that wasn't the best language to use, and he did talk on that for a little bit. So again, interesting to hear from him in that regard.
Yeah, I thought his message today was a little more clear as opposed to at his introductory press conference. I thought sort of how he addressed that stuff, you know, whether you thought it was enough or not, I thought the way he addressed it was a little more organized, maybe a little more thoughtful than it was in that opening press conference. I think the big thing to me is, Mary Kay, we had a press conference with the quarterback and there wasn't a single football question. He's been here since March and this is still just, you almost can't ask about football still.
Right, and that is the way that it's going to be for a while, because I'm guessing that the next time we talk to Deshaun, it will be about some kind of a suspension. He doesn't know when that is coming down. He doesn't know what to expect. He's trying not to get too caught up in that, but we are not going to be talking pure football with him for quite some time.
Yeah, Ashley, and we've talked about it before. It just sort of hangs over everything. You and I were over talking to Jeremiah Wusu-Cormo basically by ourselves because everybody had to go run and talk to Deshaun Watson. It just sort of hovers over everything still.
Yeah, and again, it's like you have to wonder if this is going to bleed over into on-the-field football things at any point for this team, because it is a lot for any single person to handle, but it's also a lot for any team to also have to deal with everything that comes along with these off-the-field allegations.
Okay, so we'll cover everything Deshaun Watson had to say, and of course the week ahead at minicamp, a couple interesting trips, like I said, on deck for the Browns. It'll all be at cleveland.com/Browns.